What's going on, everybody? We're talking about a handful of altcoins today. We're going to be going over Ape, GTC, VET, VChain, Filecoin, ROUTE, and Verge, XVG. Ape at the request of Flower Child, GTC for Riongium? Renogum. I don't know how to pronounce that. VET, VChain for Christopher Horner. Filecoin for Ramel Harvey, Root for Danny Kosmala, and Verge for Mr. Party Boy. We're going to finish it off with that. So without any further ado, let's get into this, you guys. Let's do this. ApeCoin, man, I remember this thing. Everybody was going crazy for ApeCoin. I was telling my friends, man. I was telling my friends all the way up here, like, look, get out of this thing. Like, it's not. They're like, no, it's gonna change the world, man. It's gonna. They are all gonna change the world, right? But not for long. It dropped hard, man. I forget where I told my friend it was gonna go, but I think I said below $8, and it went way below $8, man. It went way below. I think I might have said $8 because that's where it like opened up. That might have been it. That's probably what it was, yeah, but it dramatically dropped from there. I'm going to take off this correlation coefficient, actually. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, looking nice on your RSI, to be fair. Relatively speaking, you're looking all right. Constructive, but not out of the woods yet. Just looking nice. You are definitely in a downtrend. You're in some trouble for sure. You're facing some hardships. Let's see what you're doing on Binance. What about USDT? You got a USDT Binance? Come on now. There you are. Yeah, not a lot of volume. It's not encouraging. Which, it's fine, but it's not encouraging, right? A lot of cryptos formed their lows, like Bitcoin, for example, formed its low back in November of 2022. This thing didn't form its low until about a year later. That's not encouraging either. But what is encouraging is you're holding the 069 as support. I would think that you make a move up to this 236. You're at $1.37 now. That's all the way at $2.20, almost $2.23. Maybe move up to the 382. That's a very standard retracement to make. And at that, you'd be at previous areas of support, turning it into resistance. That wouldn't be crazy at all, man. And you're holding the 40 on the RSI at support. So there's a lot of good things going on. Let's look at the daily. Let's see how the daily looks. The daily RSI looks neutral. Man, this thing is glitching out. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like it's not very smooth, and that's okay, whatever. But the daily's rather neutral, constructive though. I will say constructive. Let's see. You know, I'll give you some if-thans. How about that? If-thans. First, I want to look at this relative fib, low to high, 618 holding, man. It looks good. It does look good. If you can close the week, any week, above $1.79, you are likely going to go to the land of 223 or even the $3 area. If you close a week essentially lower than last week, you're probably going to go back down to your all-time lows, form a double bottom, and then build from there, right? You could be doing something like this. Man, it is so glitchy right now. I'm going to restart my computer after this. You could be doing something like that, and maybe it's not a high or low, like, you know, it's a double bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's really glitchy right now. I don't know why. I had a problem uploading a previous video, so I'm wondering if something's just going on with this right now. I might have to clear up some space. I have a lot of videos that I've posted, and they're saved on my software, so my data, they're saved in my hard drive, so I need to delete them because they're all on YouTube, so there's no reason for them to be on my hard drive. But anyways, enough about me. I think it wants to go up. I do. If not, you know, I could be wrong, and if not, you're going back to your all-time lows. But I like the daily, I like the 4-hour, I like the weekly. The daily's kind of neutral, to be fair, but it's got good things going for it. If this week closes red, it's a different story. That's really how you'll know. If this week closes red, you likely are going back to your lows. Let's see how you correlate with Bitcoin, just to get a better idea. If you're if you're positively correlated with Bitcoin to a large degree, maybe not. Maybe it will go back to its all-time lows. That's not good. That's because Bitcoin's probably going to go lower. So if I really had to guess, I would say this thing probably does go back to about $1. probably. You're at $1.37 now. That's not too bad. Compared to a lot of cryptos, that's not too bad. So that's Ape. Let's move on to GTC. Man, I like GTC. Gitcoin. I definitely do like this one. This is a good one. Pretty positively correlated to Bitcoin on a weekly basis, not on the monthly basis though, which is fine. Whatever. Yeah, it's gone down a lot from its all-time high to its current all-time low. Standard retracement would be at about $3.10 as well. Does it get there? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it forms a lower low first. It's at $1.10. I think what you did really is you crashed hard. You came out at the end of the bull market, so you got ripped apart because of it, and now you are in an accumulation phase. You're accumulating. Could you go back down to about 90 cents, 80 cents, 77 cents, something like that? Yeah, you could. Could you form a higher low? Sure, you could. But are you going to break out anytime soon? Probably not. Probably not until things are more bullish with Bitcoin. So I would say it could be until after the halving, maybe even the second half of this year before you see this thing really break out. But it does like to do little pumps sometimes. It's at $1.10. It might pump up to $1.60, maybe even up to $2 or something like that in a very short amount of time and then dump back down. But I do think Gitcoin has a lot going for it this cycle. I think that it can see new all-time highs for sure. But for the time being, boring. I don't really feel like I need to give too much technical analysis on this, because as far as price targets goes, it could go back to its all-time lows. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it goes to like 90 cents. It's going to be accumulating. I would think it goes down from here. The daily RSI does look sad. The price action looks like it wants to go down a little bit lower, but not too much lower. There's a lot of coins that look like they want to drop 50%. This is not one of them. It probably stays in this accumulation range for multiple months. That's my best guess. So that's GTC. For Rionegm, I don't know. VeChain. Also looking like it wants to go down, and that's okay. Rejected your 50 area on the daily here. Lower highs. You're going to continue to be in this downtrend until you do two of two things. You need to form a higher low, and then you need to form a higher high. You do that, and we can talk about you being out of this downtrend. Until then, you have a very solid chance, VeChain, of going lower than this low, all the way down at 24 cents, maybe even down to 22 cents. 24 cents, this 1272, lines up very well with this previous area of resistance. Finding support on that wouldn't be crazy at all. That'd be really good, but you absolutely could go lower. I said 24 cents, I'm sorry, 2.4 cents. You're at 2.77 cents right now. This does look like an M pattern to me at the base. So your best case scenario, right? This little looks like an M, right? Best case scenario is a double bottom, maybe a higher low of sorts, and then break out from there. But nonetheless, I would expect that you at least are going to pull back to about 2.5 cents, maybe 2.6 cents. But very likely, in my opinion, there's a solid chance of going down to 2.4 cents. And then from there, we can talk about you going up, because it does look like this thing likes to go up. Let's see. There's more historical data than that. Yeah, it's been around for a while. I said all-time lows, so it's maybe not all-time lows. Just all-time lows on Coinbase's chart. Yeah, you could, man. You could go on Coinbase's chart. You absolutely could go a lot lower. 382 here. Your 618's all the way down at 2 cents to 1.86 cents. Yeah, that's probably where you're going, genuinely speaking. I bet you go there. And then you go up. You go down there and then you go up. This chart looks a lot better, man. Yeah. Very nice bottom. I think VeChain, this is actually a really, really good look, I gotta say. I'm glad that I looked at this chart. Let's see. Top to bottom. Come on now. Why is it doing that, man? Something is going on with my computer. You could move all the way back to 1.6 cents, man, 1.7 cents. But all-time highs, if you see new all-time highs, you're going to 60, maybe even $1.69, man. This thing has some potential for sure. But maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's a really nice-looking accumulation phase right there after a hefty bear market, man. And just generally speaking, this thing's been around for a little while. That's a pretty bullish chart. You found support down here at a previous area of resistance. on a macro scale too. Like, it looks really nice. I wonder what that fib is actually. I cannot wait to be done with this video and restart my computer, man. But we got more coins to go. Not really anywhere too, like, really too significant at all, but that's okay. You did find resistance at your 382. That would imply, just looking at it for what it is, that would imply you go to the 61869, but I doubt you go below this low, genuinely speaking. So that's VeChain. That's VeChain. Going lower nonetheless. Filecoin for Mr. Ramel Harvey on Coinbase, sure. I like the volume. You're at an area where I wouldn't be surprised if you found support. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, the daily doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't look too good either. You might be going up from here, Filecoin. You probably have lower to go inevitably, but more immediately you might go up. Maybe you go up to about $5.70, 75 cents, and then you go lower. You probably do go below 460. If not, you're going to form a double bottom around there. But for now, I think you go up a little bit. I do. Yeah. 4 hour doesn't look too impressive, honestly. The daily isn't that impressive, but it's poised to do good. I don't know, man. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like, maybe it does go down. Maybe it does. Maybe you do. Maybe you move. If what I said at first about moving up to that, like whatever the price target was, which it wouldn't be too much higher from here. If that does happen, if that doesn't happen, one way or another, you're going down to $4.08, potentially down to $3.77, somewhere down there. That I'm very confident on that. So if you go up from here in the immediate terms, just be prepared for that. I do think you go lower, but it's going to be a higher low nonetheless, so that's okay. But better opportunities to buy, probably around $4 to $3.70, somewhere around there. That's Filecoin. RUTE. Router. Maybe on MEXC? No. You know, I wonder, maybe I just need to refresh this. Let's try this. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm sure you can. It just looks like the mouse is skipping everywhere. I love TradingView, man. They give you a dinosaur. It's like that's the land before time. Nope, it's still glitching out. It's actually worse now. It's like a haircut, man. It's like a bad haircut. You try to get them to make it better, and it just ends up looking worse the more that you mess with it. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just use the crypto one. Probably goes down. Probably. I don't know much about this one, Danny. It's, you know, nothing moves in a straight line forever, though. It's a pretty severe drop. I like seeing stuff like that because they say don't catch a falling knife, and I definitely agree. But after the knife hits the ground, you can definitely you can catch some sick volatility. 61869 area, man. I'm not interested in buying this personally, but if I was, this isn't a bad area to buy. Could it go down? You're at $3.20. Could it go to 261, 223? Yes, absolutely it can. So just be prepared for that. But with this straight drop off, I would think you get some kind of standard volatility back up to about $5, if not higher. You kind of like had this like wind up phase and you broke out. You're back at like the areas of resistance. You could go lower, sure. Probably a higher low nonetheless, but I don't know. I don't know what to think of this thing. It's kind of a hard one, honestly. I don't like the 4-hour RSI, but I kind of do actually. It's in a very bearish trend, but it's been in it for a while. You've got this bullish divergence forming. You could be at the end of this. When this breaks up, like really, if you can get back above like $4.20, this might do well. It might be time to actually see a higher high. If not, at a bare minimum, move up to about $5. And then maybe you go lower. But this is a nice area to find support at. It really is. If I was looking to buy, I'd probably buy some here. but I'm not looking to buy. None of this is financial advice. I think you might have a local low here, honestly. If not, that might be the bottom of this move, genuinely. And if you go lower, you're at 320 now. I mean, you could drop a whole nother $1, essentially. You really could. So that is possible. Just keep that in mind. Don't be thrown off if that happens. But it might not happen, man. It really might not. Verge. XVG. We'll just go to crypto, sure. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. Because it's got a lower low cycle after cycle here, right? Previous bear cycle, current bear cycle, lower low. It is somewhat of a double bottom, to be completely fair. That is a very positive reaction, to be completely fair. Not a lot of volume, whatever. Top to bottom. Not really any significance on that fib. That'd be a pretty significant fib too, man. You probably go lower to 0023, 0027, somewhere in that area. Maybe you find support there. That would make sense too. You know, if we put some lines right where that 618 is. It's a little bit below it. Here, I'll move it. Come on. It's this computer, man. It is glitching out. It's a nice computer too. That's what's sad. I think it's something to do with the internet, maybe, or like it really might be the storage space. I don't know. Because again, I had an issue uploading another video. That makes sense. Your 61869 area, literally previous areas of support, previous area of support. So somewhere between about 0023, 00277 is where you're going, I would think. Again, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's really all I got to say, man. That's about it. If there was a winner, I don't know if there's a winner. Filecoin to me looks like it could go up more in the immediate term. But if not, it's probably going to go down, and then inevitably it will go down, just like the rest of them. And then once Bitcoin starts looking good, as we get closer to the halving, maybe like late March, maybe even the second half of this year, it could be like July or later, then a lot of these cryptos are going to start looking better. But for now, for like this month of February, don't get too excited. You know, anything that moves up, it's going to get sold into. And if it moves down, it's probably going to take its time moving down. I doubt that a lot of these coins will just dump the floor. It'll probably take its time to move down. So, if there was a winner, I suppose it would be Filecoin, Mr. Ramel Harvey. But you know, don't be too proud of that. We don't know. We don't know how this thing's going to do. It could absolutely go down. So, but that's really all I got to say, guys. So if you like this video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah, I guess, man, Root. Danny Kosmala, the only reason I didn't say Root or Route, Rooter, whatever it is because it's new. Maybe it does go up from here, but I don't, I'm not confident enough on that to make a real decision, though I am pretty confident. I'm not confident, but I'm confident enough, I suppose, to call for a low. I know that I'm being confusing, man. I know. But it's not like, I don't know. It hasn't been around for too long, and I know that's not the oldest chart for it, but 2021, it could go lower. It could go substantially lower. That's the only reason why, it's like something like that. It's at the 61869 area where the 123 is. That could be its low. In an area of resistance, previous area of support, that really could be its low, but I could be wrong on that. I'm not as certain of this, though. If I was a betting man, and I am, I would kind of feel like that is the low. But even with that, this would be a close second, but I have more confidence in Filecoin going up immediately than this thing. But I'm not really super confident in any of them, man. I think they're all going to go down from here. Inevitably, they're going to go down from here. Any high is just going to get sold into. But that doesn't mean that I'm not confident in them for the cycle. I think that this cycle will promote higher highs for a lot of these coins, if not all of them. But just for the time being, things are going down. So hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming. Take care. Bye.